I made a hole in your heart? No, I didn't. And I'll repair that hole in your heart with pure wholesomeness on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. I'm Angus Hamill. It's my pleasure to be with you between 7 and 9 p.m. as always on a beautiful public holiday Monday evening. Hope you've enjoyed your long weekend, guys. It's the 8th of June 2026. We certainly have. We've got a bit of a bridge team, but a couple of the best in the business are with you this evening over the next couple of hours, bringing you great vibes, great guys, as always, not doing this alone. Firstly, to my left, we have Mr. James O'Brien. How are you going today, Jamesy?
I'm good, thank you. And I'm on the other side of the table today.
I know, you're normally on my right, and now I'm looking at you over there. It's your good... I reckon it's a better side for you, actually.
Yeah, I probably prefer the other side of the table, but this will do.
That'll do tonight. And we're also being joined, as always, by Mr. Stephen Wheatley. How are you going today, Stefan?
Not too bad, buddy. Here it's the King's birthday today. So, mate, how dare you not tell me it was your birthday?
You're too good. I thought it was your birthday.
No, mate, we already had my birthday.
That's true. We made a big deal out of it as well, playing Maroon 5 songs all night long.
Worst birthday ever.
But yeah, the King's birthday public holiday. We've, as you can hear, lost a couple of the team to being in holiday mode. So shout out to Jake Mercer and Finn Smith O'Brien who couldn't make it, but that's okay. The ones that matter the most are here, I reckon. Hey, Jamesy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, bludging.
And Steve-O, you came in earlier. You got to have a chat this evening on Raw with Jess Clark, and that went really well. It was awesome having her on the show, wasn't it?
Yeah. I guess she's probably nearly reaching the point of status with some of the guests that we've had quite a few times on the show, nearly like Ben Brown status. Yeah, so it was great having a chat to Jess and getting to talk about the upcoming Women's Come and Try Goalball Day there at Asquith. So, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, very exciting times. And she's a fantastic storyteller as well, which is great. Definitely a Raw regular we might be seeing more of next season. And James, how was your weekend? What have you got up to over the long weekend?
Not much, really. I just mainly worked.
Yeah, fair.
Saturday wasn't too busy, but Sunday was really busy because everyone was out and about.
Yeah, for sure. I can imagine that would have been a busy day, but you survived, and you're here now chilling with us. Indeed. We are celebrating the King's birthday with a bunch of King-themed tunes. Of course, we heard from Go West right there to start things off with the King of Wishful Thinking. And to start things off well and truly, we're going to this 2010s hit single in front of us right now. So You Like Me, because we, the Kings, we really are. Coast FM 963. We let go of everything with you on Raw and More. Angus with you alongside the boys.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it. We are celebrating your public holiday Monday, aka the King's birthday, which with a bunch of King-themed tunes. At the top, we heard from American rockers We the Kings with Say You Like Me. And that right there was English pop outfit Years and Years with their 2015 hit single King, which, fun fact, was named after Kieran Foran, the brand new head coach of Manly. And speaking of which, it's time for this. Absolutely. It's time for our sports chat. Credit to Will Parkhouse, by the way, for coming up with these incredible sports sweepers that you hear every week now. A couple of pre-World Cup height clips in that one right there. Bit of a tongue twister. But yes, speaking of Kings, the legend of Fozball, Steve Wheatley, our man Kieran Foran, during the week signed for Manly as head coach officially until the end of 2029. And boy, oh boy, did the Northern Beaches turn out for him after that.
Oh, it sure did, mate. And you were actually there at Foz Pines Park there on Friday night. And I tell you what, it looked like it was a good crowd from the TV. The hill looked like it was nice and packed. The cans of Foz Pine were going down very nicely. I tell you what, I was having a watch of some of the post game on KO there. And I tell you what, I think it was Alana Ferguson said just Fozball is becoming up there with, like when Up the Waz trend started.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a more hyped atmosphere around this club in the entire time I've been supporting them.
No.
Especially with the renaming of the ground to Foz Pines Park, and then the KFCs in Brookvale and Beacon Hill replacing the images of Colonel Sanders with photos of Kieran Foran instead. They turned up on Thursday night, thankfully, to back up the hype. They beat the Rabbitohs 13 plus, as they do, 28-14. And like you said, I was there with my family, my dad, who's also a Manly fan, and my mum, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend, who were all going for Rabbitohs, which made the trip home just that little bit sweeter.
Would have been
Yes, it would.
would have been a more happier trip home than the trip from Mudgee earlier this year.
Oh, don't remind me of that. You're only as good as your last game. Speaking of James, very competitive effort from the Knights in Melbourne. They only lost by 2 points in a high-scoring affair.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Oh, mate, tell you what, you guys were so close, Jamesy. Like Maxwell Smart once said, missed it by that much.
Well, considering that normally we lose this Storm by 30 points and we just lost them by 2 points, I'll take it.
I'll tell you what, mate, after seeing that, we've got the Storm in a couple of weeks' time. So I'll tell you what, seeing that, Ango, that gives me a little bit of confidence to maybe think, maybe we could.
Maybe. And at Brookvale or Foz Pines Park, anything is possible. The Roosters also won. And yesterday, the...
Well, Jake's not here, so...
And yesterday, we are being joined by a very happy man. This is probably playing in his head right now.
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
Yeah, the Penrith Panthers cannot stop winning, breaking their record for their biggest win in club history against the poor old West Tigers, 68-0. Will Parkhouse, you were there. How was it?
Oh, let me tell you, it was shocking. It was just, I didn't know, I was completely unaware that we were going to witness history just live at their home stadium. To come to think of it, it was at the West Tigers home stadium, Combank Stadium, which is shared by, Penrith Panthers and, of course, the Parramatta Eels. And yeah, we were sitting with a couple of Tigers fans and they were just suffering. And we were like, yeah!
In your face.
Oh, here comes another one. Oh, and another one. Oh, and another one. Oh, you want more?
And I believe there was a certain chant coming from some of the Panthers fans you were saying in that game, Will.
I made that up. I was hoping more Penrith Panthers fans were going to chant. What was it called? What was it? Oh, my gosh.
Let's make that 11.
Yeah, make that 11.
Make that 11. Make that 11.
Unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition,
It
but...
was honestly like if someone was playing the rugby game on the PlayStation or Xbox and it was against like an easy
rookie
computer.
difficulty.
I felt like my dad was grinning, the biggest grin on his face, because he's the biggest Penrith Panthers fan that I know, and he's a bigger Penrith Panthers fan than me. He was there from he was there when they were back in the 1970s and 80s when they weren't as good, I think.
Yeah.
And seeing that, I think he was just very, very, very happy.
Well, as a Manly fan, I must say thank you, because the old record was against us when you beat us by 60 back in 2004. So
Yes, thank you, Will.
Thank you very much for that, Will. And must be good being a Panthers fan. Shout out to Tukley boy Jack Coggo, who scored a try yesterday as well, which was great to see. Turning our eyes towards the other kind of football, the World Cup kicks off this week, which is super duper exciting.
Certainly is.
We are going to be following closely over the next couple of weeks a couple of teams. Of course, Australia. Steve's going to be really backing up the Kiwis. And of course, I'm akin to a bit of Scotland. But before we get to the actual action, last week I was telling you about a little viral phenomenon by the name of Wellington Phoenix and New Zealand defender Tim Payne, where an Argentine influencer declared him to be the least popular player at the World Cup and urged all his fans to follow him. Well, fast forward a week later, and Tim now has over 5 million followers.
That's insane.
Wow.
And I'm going to turn to this little clip right in front of us right here from a New Zealand influencer. Nathan Lim is his name, where he is listing off a bunch of things that Tim Payne is now more popular than.
Here's a list of things now less popular than Tim Payne. The country of New Zealand, Ireland. Is Tim Payne eligible for the UN? The girl from Obsession, the New York Yankees, the city of Sydney, the US Open, the other US Open, Tiger Woods, the New York Knicks, Georgia, Dominic Fike, Liam Lawson, Suits, Panama, the Toronto Raptors, the city of Berlin, Bryson DeChambeau, Neo, Croatia, Kane Williamson, the Rugby World Cup, Gandalf, the WNBA, Oklahoma, the New York Giants, the Belgian national football team, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the entire Roman Empire, which is just Rome.
So there you go. Our little right back from New Zealand, who we've seen play at Central Coast Stadium many a time in the past, is now the second most followed New Zealand athlete on the planet, behind Israel Adesanya, the UFC fighter.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I guess he's kind of popular.
just a little bit. So he's going to be obviously playing for New Zealand throughout the World Cup as they return. Australia, though, are playing their first group game this Saturday afternoon against Turkey. I want to get a quick tip from each of you. How is Australia going to go? A lot of pundits are saying they're bottom of the group, maybe third place. It's going to be a real interesting one to see how they open things up. Steve Wheatley?
Yeah, mate, I think they can do it, the boys. I think it is going to be a very hard opening game, but I do think they can do it, especially with, having that draw against Switzerland the other night. That would have given them a little bit of confidence. So, yeah, hopefully they will get the win done. And while I'm also at it, I'll also give you my other two predictions as well. I'm hoping that Tim and the boys will get the win over Iran in their opening group game. And just for you, buddy, I'm hoping that Scotland will beat Haiti in their opening group stage game.
Oh, well, I reckon Scotland have actually got the best chance to get out the group, which I'm really looking forward to. Going to be watching lots of football. How about you, Hammers? What are you thinking with the Socceroos, especially against Turkey this weekend?
It's going to be a tough game, to be honest with you, because Turkey is pretty good team. And I feel like Australia is going to be one of those teams that is like heavily underestimated. There's no one's going to think that we're going to advance, but I reckon we will advance, especially if we beat our older brother America, which is
Oh, yeah.
That's the one we want.
If we beat America, that's worth multiple World Cups, in
We
my
beat
opinion.
England, that's going to be even better.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
yes.
Or
Oh,
France.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or is Argentina in this?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, defending champions.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I reckon I don't care how we go in the knockout stages. I don't care if we get eliminated in the group stage. As long as we get a result against America, we can take that as a win.
Yeah, it has to be a
100%.
win.
Yeah.
After the amount of trash talking they've done. Will Parkhouse, how about you?
Yeah, I think they're going to advance. I think this game between the Socceroos and Turkey are going to be pretty close. Both teams going to be putting up a pretty good fight. I might even say it might be a tie game once again. Might be. It might be 2-2. It might be 1-1 again. But I hope that the Socceroos can learn from the Matildas and be as good as them.
Definitely. They made it to the semi-finals.
Absolutely.
So imagine if the boys can do that. Speaking of the Matildas, greatly brought up Mr. Will Parkhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Angus Hamill.
Stop. They played on Saturday night in Newcastle, losing 1-0 to Mexico in controversial circumstances. A penalty should have been awarded to the Matildas in the 89th minute due to a handball. It wasn't. VAR wasn't there. They couldn't check it. Mexico went up the other end and scored the winning goal. Surely revenge will be on the mind tomorrow night when they play at Combank Stadium.
Yep.
On this return leg, starting with you, Jamesy, how are the Tillies going to go?
I think it'll be 2-1.
2-1 win to the Tillies?
Yeah, 2-1 win to the Tillies.
I like it. And hopefully a last-second dagger like Mexico did to
Yeah,
them.
exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
How about you, Will?
I'm gonna actually go a bit higher than that. I'm gonna say 3-2 our way.
Oh, they've been scorned and they're going to get a high-scoring win.
They're gonna
in
come
there.
back with a passion.
I like that. And Steve Wheatley, bring us home. How are the Tillies going to go?
I think it's going to be 1-0. I think the Sydney crowd is going to get right behind the girls, and I'm going to pick Hayley Rasso as the goal scorer for the girls.
Fantastic.
Very, very, very specific. I really like that. It's really cool.
Ah, thank you, mate.
Imagine if he gets it all right.
Oh.
The glory that Steve Wheatley will receive this time next week.
I'll give up my shift.
Oh my goodness.
I will give up my
you-
shift.
You've heard it here first, Coasties. You've heard it here first. Come on, Hayley.
Steve Wheatley from Uncut Gems. On that potential big win for Steve, it's time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll be hearing Steve's good vibe of the night. But first, we're hearing from a bunch of kings from a place called Leon right after this.
Living on the coast. Coast FM 963.
Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More with Stephen Wheatley, Angus Hamill, and James O'Brien.
Sideways.
Backwards.
Everywhere we go.
We always take the good vibes with us.
Exactly
Speaking
right.
of.
Oh, good segue, James.
It certainly is. It's a muy excelente vibe. Is Steve's good vibe of the night. That's right. It's time for Steve's good vibe of the night. The time of the night where I pick something out of my music collection, play it out there on the Coast FM Airways, and hope that you, yes, you, Will Parkhouse from Uncut Gems, listening and planning your show at the back right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, guys, got something very special planned for Steve's good vibe of the night tonight, and sort of paying a bit of reference to like what we had on last week's show. So I have got a sound-alikes sort of kind of question to go with my good vibe of the night like we did last week, and I'll keep it very simple. So like our usual quiz to warm them big brains of yours up, what I'm wanting to know is, after playing this song, is if you think that this song was done legally, or nice and tight and bright, or illegally. Very naughty Wawa Angus Hamill.
Oh, Mr. Quizmaster Wheatley over there. And like, what part of it was done? Like a sample or? Like...
Yes, if it was sampled in the right way, if there's maybe any bits that have been done without permission. And sort of going to be sticking to, James has actually got something a bit like this also coming up later in the show.
Indeed, I do.
Tonight, yes, with his trending tune. Now, we were just talking about the World Cup starting this Friday, I believe it's starting, yes?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
week.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have chosen probably one of my favourite World Cup theme songs. It's from the Colombian superstar sensation herself, with Shakira, with the song that was the theme song for the World Cup in South Africa. So play close attention, boys, and get those thinking caps ready, because here it is now, Shakira with her hit Waka Waka, this time for Africa.
All Africa, more like all Australia. Hey!
Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Oh, thanks, Jamesy. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was
Steve's good vibe of the night.
which was
So that was Shakira. We've heard what was the theme song of the South African World Cup. We've heard hit Waka Waka, this time for Africa, which the original version was by a African artist, actually. So it wasn't an original. It was by a African artist known as Zingaliwa Golden Sound. So it was a cover, but now
I had no idea.
Well, now you do. The things you know, eh? But, however, though, I have given the boys a bit of a challenge like last week, Coasties, to see if the song had been done all nice and tight and bright, or like our usual segment after this, if it had been done illegally.
Naughty, naughty.
Very great unsuccess indeed. Now, boys, you've had all that song to think about. So now I'll start with you, Jamesy, to my right. Do you think that song by Shakira was done legally or illegally?
I'm going to go with legally.
He's going with legal.
Straight off the bat, yeah.
Okay. What, any sort of vibes maybe drifting you towards legal?
Nah, it's legal because it's Shakira.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean...
220% confidence, this guy.
Oh, make that 300.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the confidence
Okay.
is very up there with James O'Brien. Okay.
But knowing my luck, it'll be illegal, but I'm sticking with legal.
Well, hey, you never know. I mean, I probably think that Shakira probably has a bit of a better reputation than, a certain artist we had last week on the show. But, okay, so James is going legal. Ango, do you reckon that Shakira's song there was done legally or illegally?
Well, I didn't even know that it was a cover in the first place and that she took it from a South African artist by the sounds of things. So I'm going to say illegal.
He's going illegal. Okay.
Just for pure conflict of interest, I just said to myself, I'm going to go against whatever James says.
Oh, he's just
But-
trying to be a bit different. Maybe
I'm
take...
building a case, though. I'm like, you know what? It could be.
Okay, all right. Well, I like it, so that way we have two answers out of the three of us tonight. So, well, I can now reveal that the answer is... Well, actually, it is legal. Yes, so the cover of that song, as I said, done by the original artist Zingaliwa Golden Sound, was actually done legally. However, though, when she did bring the song out, there were some people that did say that, well, we don't think it should be a Colombian superstar singing the theme song of our World Cup when we are hosting it. We think there probably could be some copyright laws and some things that have not been plagiarized with that song. But the manager of Zingaliwa Golden Sound said that no, she has just done some altercations to the song and that she's actually not breaking any particular boundaries, and she has only just made a few little adjustments, and we are going to give her permission. So yeah, it was all done nice and legally. So first points of the night go to Mr. James O'Brien right in the top corner there. So
Football reference.
yes, very congratulations to you.
Goal.
Yes, so good guess, Jamesy.
And you know how many people still to this day think Shakira is South African because of that song?
I know there's quite a few, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, fun fact before we move on, the opening fixture of this World Cup is Mexico versus South Africa, which was also the first fixture of that World Cup
Yeah.
16 years ago.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, very interesting.
put your money on a 1-all draw because history is repeating, much like two songs. They sound exactly alike. Yes, these are two songs.
And what are they?
And they sound alike.
Oh, hey, Angus Hamill, what is it with these two songs?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think they might sound alike, but Jamesy, what do you think?
I'm not too sure, but they might sound alike, eh?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
Which is why this segment is called Sound Alikes. As a matter of fact, what a coincidence. I give you two songs that sound exactly alike. One original, one that takes a little bit of inspiration, let's just say, from the original. Whether it be done in the form of sampling or interpolating, re-recording the part for yourself, or even just two parts that just sound alike, or even just some lyrics. Either way, my team of sleuths, I'm flipping the script back on you, Mr. Wheatley,
Ooh.
in front of us right now. It's their job to try and figure out if that inspiration was done legally or illegally.
Dun, dun, dun.
Very naughty, great unsuccess. Very ironic that we have something like before the original segment, eh?
I know, right? But the question is, did you do your sound-alikes legally or illegally, Steve Wheatley?
Oh, illegal all day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, because who trusts the blind guy?
Yeah. You said it. Police, lock him up. Now, the songs that we have in front of us right here are both very popular hits from the early 2010s, one of which James has covered recently in his Trending Tune of the Week segment.
Ooh.
The question is, these songs sound almost identical and were released at a very similar time. So I'm not only going to ask you if it's legally or illegally, but when we come back, I'm going to ask you which one came first.
Oh, he has flipped the script.
Ooh, a bit of a twist
I reckon
right
it'd be
there.
interesting too.
Indeed. Without further ado, here is song number 1. Oh, yeah.
You.
It's a smooth hour on Roar and More.
Can you dig it, Angus Hummel?
I think I might be able to. How about you, Mr. Wheatley?
Oh, I certainly can.
How about Big Greek right here?
Yeehaw, boys.
Why are we all American all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Because they're one of the countries that's hosting the World Cup.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
good
yeah,
point.
could be. Well, so are Canada and Mexico, eh?
Yeah, do a Mexican accent, I dare ya. No, don't. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. We're in the midst of a segment right now called Sound-alikes, the segment where I give you one original, one that takes a little bit of inspiration from the original. It's up to these guys to try and figure out, though, if that inspiration was done legally or illegally.
Naughty.
Great unsuccess indeed. With the added layer that one of these songs was released before the other, but I didn't specify which one. At the top, we heard from French musician Breakbot with Baby I'm Yours, which was, it became a bit popular a few years ago because of its usage in a few memes with a US government official announcing what, James?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
Indeed, about the arrest of Saddam Hussein, by the way, in case people were fans of that. And the song you just heard was pop superstar Bruno Mars with Treasure. In case you missed it, the two songs have absolutely identical choruses in the melody and the structure. But the question is, boys, which song came first? And was the inspiration done legally or illegally? I'll start with you, James O'Brien.
Honestly, this is a bit of a tricky one, but a fun, tricky one, I reckon.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I had a thought about it, and after listening to those two songs, I thought that Bruno Mars was the first person, but I reckon it would be Breakbot that would have been the first ones that made the song. And as for illegal, it kind of depends on the gap between the two, if I'm being honest.
For sure.
But I'm gonna pretty much throw my hat because it worked on me not long ago. I'm just gonna go legal because it worked on me earlier with Steve's one.
Okay. Well, you're chucking out legal once again to see how it goes. And which of the two songs do you reckon came first?
Breakbot's Baby I'm Yours.
Okay, I like it. How about you, Stefan?
Well, I said to Jamesy just out the back before when those two songs were playing, I said it does sound like they probably could have come out at the very same time by listening to the sound of them. And it is, again, a very tricky to say, which one is in the right and which one is not in the right. However, though, I am going to say that, I probably will agree with Jamesy on one thing. I do think it was done legally. It was all nice and tight and bright. But I think, just going off a vibe that I'm getting, I feel like Bruno Mars probably could have maybe had his version maybe first. I sort of just feel that maybe he's been around a little bit maybe longer than than the other one there. So that's what I'm going to go with.
I can say that.
Okay, so you're going, Bruno first, was it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and legal.
Yes.
All right, well, I can reveal right now the result of your queries right there. The Breakbot song, Baby I'm Yours, is the one that came first, being released in 2010, and the Bruno Mars song was released in 2012. As for the legality of it, the inspiration was done illegally.
Oh,
I know. Plot twist. So, yes, Baby I'm Yours by Breakbot was released as a single in 2010, but it did not become as popular as it would later become until 2018 when it was featured in a bunch of viral memes.
Yeah.
It was still it still received a modest amount of airplay on alternative and dance stations, and Bruno actually reached out in 2011 to Breakbot's management asking if he could record a cover of Baby I'm Yours. Breakbot was busy at that time recording and producing more material for himself, so he didn't actually get back to Bruno. So Bruno, by the looks of things, has taken the melody of Breakbot's song and used it in the chorus of his own song Treasure. Breakbot tweeted in 2012 and highlighting the similarity between the two songs, and in an interview that was recorded in 2013 straight up said that the song was a rip-off of his song and they were looking into getting something done legally for him. Although they never actually went to court in the end, Breakbot did publicly say his displeasure with Bruno basically ripping him off, and they privately made an agreement, and all digital forms of Treasure by Bruno Mars now lists Breakbot and his co-writer Christopher Kahn as co-writers on the track. So
Yeah.
in the end it was sorted out behind closed doors, but at the start it was 100% a complete rip-off.
Yeah.
And Jamesy, I'll give you a point because the Breakbot song did come
Yeah.
first, so congratulations, you're all across it tonight.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know, right? Mr. Genius over here.
Normally I'd struggle in these types of challenges.
Well, this time it seems to be a win for the Greek team at the World Cup. Yeah.
even though they're not in it, but
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But I tell you
Sorry.
what, hopefully you'll give me another couple of chances, mate. I mean, he's up 2-0 on me at the moment.
There's always the hottest quiz. It could be worth double points. You
Yeah.
never know.
Oh,
We'll negotiate while we have this quick break coming up. Jake's not here, so we'll be going back to my good vibe of the night. And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel like Treasure by Bruno Mars. It's
Angus's good vibe of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Sideways.
And backwards.
Everywhere he goes, he always takes good vibe with him.
Exactly, and it's funny you say those exact words, Mr. Steve Wheatley, because this is my good vibe of the night. It's the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist and pull out a song that I think has immaculate vibes, slap it out there on the Coast of M airwaves, and hope that you, yes you, Will Parkhouse, who's listening in outside right now, enjoys it as much as I do. Now, this one comes to us from my challenge that I've been running for myself all year long. In case you've missed it, I'm doing a crusade in 2026 where I'm going to at least 50 concerts throughout the year. And on Friday night, for those of you keeping track, I went to my 22nd concert of the year. So kind of on par, a little bit behind, but I'm hoping to have 25 at the end of the month. It was a New Zealand pop rock band by the name of Baloo Brigada, which I've had the chance to see a few times. They supported 21 Pilots a couple of years ago. That's how I got into them. I got to see them perform at Beyond the Valley, and they came into my other workplace to do a cover of another song as part of a segment that they do as well. Well, I finally got to see a standalone headline gig down at the Metro Theatre in Sydney with my amazing friends Zane and Emma, and I wanted to showcase for you right now one of my personal favourite songs from the set list. Without further ado, it's a title that is a very familiar word to us as well. Here are Kiwi indie rockers with my good vibe of the night. It's called Sideways. Coast FM 963, you're on Roar and More. And that right there was
Angus's good vibe of the night, which was
it was Kiwi Rookers, Baloo Brigada there with Sideways.
backwards.
Everywhere we go. Or in this case, just Sideways.
Yeah.
A song from their debut album they released last year called Portal, and a song I got the chance to see performed live at the Metro Theatre in Sydney. Very enjoyable track. It absolutely went off in the crowd. If you like that, I highly recommend you look them up because they are on the rise. They've already got a gold single in Australia, which is pretty sick. Ooh. And jump on the train because they got some really good music apart from that one. Speaking of really good music, it's time for us to take part in our hottest challenge as we have gone over the 8 o'clock threshold. We have 3 songs in front of us right here that all charted in a hottest 100. Out the back, I got each of the boys to give us a year. James came through with 1990. Oh no, Will Neil Parkhouse came through with 1999. James came through with 2007. And he also gave us Jake's year because you're competing with him, Steve Wheatley. What year did you give us?
So I had 1993. And, I'm not too worried. It's still not much of a gap between me and Jake.
Yeah, we'll have to do some maths before our last episode next week. But nonetheless, we spun the wheel. It landed on Will's year and my year, 1999.
Yeah.
So we have 3 songs in front of us that all charted in the Hottest 100 that year. When we come back, it's up to these guys to try and figure out which charted the highest. Without further ado, here is song number 1. Absolute banger after banger on Coast FM 963. You're on Roar and More. I'm Angus Hamill alongside Stephen Wheatley and James. O'Brien. Sideways. We are with you between 7 and 9 p.m. keeping your vibes up with great guys and great vibes, much like those 3 songs we just heard that charted in the Hottest 100 of 1999. Before we get to what they were though, Jamesy, I believe you've got a couple of fun facts about the year that was 99.
Why, yes, I do. So 1999 happened, 1999, it was the same year where SpongeBob SquarePants premiered on Nickelodeon in 1999.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So the very first episode premiered on Nickelodeon. And also in 1999, Mario Party was released for the Nintendo 64.
Ah, yes, very popular game at the time. Yes.
First Mario Party installment. And the third one, which I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. So Medal of Honor, an iconic World War II game, was written and directed by Steven Spielberg and it was released on PlayStation. And another fun fact is Steven wrote the Medal of Honor story and worked on Private Ryan at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Gosh.
he was written and directed a game, and at the same time he was directing a movie.
It's funny you say that, Jamesy, because obviously he's a very well-known director and a very famous person in Hollywood, Steven Spielberg. And funny because of also mentioning his name. In 1999, the number 1 box office movie at the time was Star Wars' very first episode, The Phantom Menace. So where the original movie, so episodes 4, 5 and 6, debuted obviously before then, but that was the number 1 movie at the time, The Phantom Menace, the very first installment of the Star Wars franchise. And boys, I don't want to scare you with this next fun fact, but because we were talking a bit about it earlier, you know who was the winner of the FIFA World Cup in 1999?
France.
No,
99.
USA.
Wait, what? Oh, the women's.
No, not the women's. No, the men's FIFA World Cup in 1999 was the USA. They beat China 5-4.
In what universe?
Apparently this one, mate.
Well, we might need to fact check that. But
Maybe might not be talking about football, might be rugby.
No, no. Apparently, according to Dr. Google, it is the men's World Cup. So we probably may need to check that fact,
Yeah.
But
I'd love whatever Dr. Google is on. But another thing that happened that year was yours truly was born, Angus Hamill, born 1999, and so were these songs. We just heard 3 songs that charted in the Hottest 100 of 1999. At the top, we heard from Macy Gray with I Try. In the middle, we heard from American rockers Sugar Ray with Every Morning, and then we heard from American punk rockers Blink-182 there with All the
Small Things.
Indeed. But it's up to these guys to try and figure out which song charted the highest. I'll start with you, Mr. Steve Wheatley, you 90s kid.
oh yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, remember these songs very well. Oh my gosh, just hearing these 3 bangers. I barely know her. Oh, wow. It is going to be really hard to decipher these. So, well, I guess I'll break it down like this. As much as I think it could be, I don't think it's Macy Gray. So, between Sugar Ray and Blink-182, oh, wow. just a part of me is really wanting to say one than the other. Look, I'm going to take a very, very Steve Wheatley kind of guess, even though I feel like I'm going to stitch myself up. I'm going to go with Blink-182 with All the Small Things.
Okay.
Is this a winner?
You'll never know. Well, you'll find out very soon. But he's going for Blink-182 there. Jamesy, how about you? You were thinking long and hard about this as well.
Indeed. And since you displayed the answers on my corner, I'm going to close my eyes for this one.
Oh.
So I was thinking about Blink-182, but I think as Steve's picked it, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go with Early Morning.
Every Morning by Sugar Ray.
Every Morning by Sugar Ray.
Okay. Any reason apart from just going opposite to Steve, or you just reckon?
If I were to throw my hat to the dark, I would probably say I've listened to that song a bit more, like around that time when I was like 1 year old.
Fair enough. Okay, I like that. More played in the O'Brien household. And joining us as well, Will Parkhouse from Uncut Gems.
I emerged from my hole in the ground.
I just figured since this is your year that you picked, that you might want to take a stab at this as well.
Yeah, what was the last song other than Sugar Ray?
We had All the Small Things by Blink-182. We had Sugar Ray and I Try to Say Goodbye and I Choke by Macy Gray.
I'm honestly going to side with Steve for this one because I think around that time you had all the skating games, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yes.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And I think that would be sort of fitting to be the highest song of those three. And I've heard this song even today, and it's such a good song.
I don't want to scare you, Will, but I'm actually kind of doubting my pick at the moment. I don't know. I feel like I'm stitching myself up.
Oh, gosh. I made Steven doubt his freaking his pick, man.
All the Small Things was really popular, especially around that time. So
He's absolutely right. I mean, because it obviously was a very, very popular in the punk rock scene, and it featured on Tony Hawk's.
And it was also sort of the rise of pop punk as well. Like Blink-182 was getting its rise. Green Day was getting its rise as well.
Yep.
So pick is going to be All the
Small Things
by Blink-182. I covered that song in a band before Pala Buffalo.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
That is
more fun facts.
There's more fun facts.
Well, number one in Will's heart, I'll tell you one thing that you're all correct about, and that is the fact that Macy Gray did not chart the highest. So there you go. You're all right about that. But the song that did was... It was All the Small Things. By Blink-182, ladies and jelly beans. Yes.
Will Parkhouse, more like Will Smarthouse.
Hey.
Stephen Whitley, more like Stephen
Smartly. Yes, All the Small Things came in at number 13 on the Hottest 100 that year, followed by Macy Gray with I Try, that came in at number 24. And I hate to say it, Jamesy, but I'm going to just scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a bit more. Scroll down a bit more. And yes, there it is. Every Morning by Sugar Ray.
Wow.
Came in at number 98 on the Hottest 100 that year.
Shall we start the chant, Will? You've got 99. You've got 99.
Yeah, well, I already got 2 points, Stephen, so...
There you go. I think James still does win the quizzes tonight, but yeah, can you believe it? Every morning, say the line, should have been.
Oh, should have been higher, bro.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Good game, James. Good
game. Jolly good show.
Yeah,
Jolly
look,
good
I
show.
don't mind you winning, Jamesy. Like, at least I've made it a bit more respectable, the scores
true.
on the quizzes. So 2-1, it's fine. I can live with that.
And just I'll be very quick with this, but just to follow up with your fact that, the FIFA Women's World Cup was in 1999, and USA women's team did win that.
Oh, so
there you
it
go.
wasn't
It was the women's one.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it said that it was the men's.
It
but,
was a World Cup, so you nailed that.
Oh, okay. Well, I did get that.
I think you missed the W-O at the start of
Probably,
the men's.
Yeah,
Autocorrect. Am I right?
But speaking of girls that are getting it done on the big stage.
And now it's time for the local list. Brought to you by Home Brewed.
That's right, it's time for The Local List, the segment brought to you by the Homebrewed Boys, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, who are in this very time slot playing the best new and emerging Australian music for years, and most importantly, local music as well. They're no longer with us here at Coast FM, running their own website and blog and podcast, but their legacy lives on with a fantastic brand new release by a brilliant local musician every single week. Tonight's pick comes to us from self-confessed pop tart Gia Darcy, who graced us on the local list a couple of months ago with her, what was then her latest single called Illuminate, a beautiful sparkly piece of 80s style synth pop. Well, she has teamed up with The Voice Australia alumni Sam McGovern for this really cool, very nice, bittersweet collaboration. It just got released last week and they've sent it in specially to be played tonight on the Central Coast airwaves. So without further ado, tonight's pick for the local list is Gia Darcy and Sam McGovern with What's to Blame.
I don't know. Who is to blame?
Who is to blame?
Guess we'll find out, I suppose. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More, and that right there was tonight's pick for the local list. Central Coast born and raised pop princess Gia Darcy featuring The Voice Australia's alumnus Sam McGovern. Beautiful collaboration, very bittersweet song. It's called What's to Blame. It's an acoustic pop duet. It explores the quiet unraveling of a relationship and the lingering questions afterwards of whose fault it is when your love has faded away, despite knowing that you still love each other, but it's going away. Very, very bittersweet track right there. Will, you were having a little waltz with yourself around the studio listening to that one?
It was very nice. It was very mellow. It was just sort of very sweet and just, I love the tone of it. It sort of reminds me of, like, that sound sort of reminds me of Cocteau Twins. They have, like, that sort of dream pop sound. You guys may not know them.
Yes.
No. They've made songs like Cherry Coloured Funk, but enough about that, you know. Just reminded me of Cocteau Twins, maybe somewhere like the Sundays even as well. Sort of that, like, echoey sound. Just very, very nice. I really like the song.
Yeah, I think if I could probably just sum up what I thought of that song in probably one word, I would just say smooth.
Yeah. Very smooth. You're not wrong. Very smooth. And I think Gia just gets better and better with each of her releases. That's a beautiful collaboration. Can't wait to hear what's next. If you'd like to find out what's next, follow Gia Darcy on social media at Gia Darcy. It's all one word. Super duper easy. And Sam McGovern as well. He's a Perth-based singer-songwriter who's very, very talented in his own right as well. He's about to, or he is currently on an Australian tour. And he's got a big one that's happening in October as well. He's coming to Sydney for that. So very, very awesome to see talent on the road once again. Now it's time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to be hearing James's trending tune. Without giving too much away, Jamesy, what can we expect?
Well, we probably expect a World Cup song that was recently put in their FIFA album, and it was done by a very popular YouTube streamer.
Awesome. Well, this is going to get us nice and hyped. That's coming up very shortly. Right after this, quick song after this by a musician who just got back from playing at the Glenworth Grazing Festival up at the part of the Central Coast Harvest Festival right after this.
Central Coast Community Radio. What a feeling, Coast FM. Damn, thought you could do better.
Damn, you had Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More with the boys. And that was Better by Alaskia. Thank you, Angus.
No
a good
problems.
friend of yours also too, mate?
Yeah, friend of ours, friend of Coast FM, friend of the show, and just got done playing at the Glenworth Grazing Festival up at Glenworth Valley as part of the Central Coast Harvest Festival. Big stage up there. Looked amazing from what I saw on her socials.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well, we've got to keep a lookout for Alaskia
Certainly.
as the songs are getting better.
And speaking of things we have to keep a lookout for.
And now it's time we go in the internet side of things to find a tune that became popular through the world of social media. This is the trending tune of the week.
Jamesy, you're the man with the finger on the pulse. You're the most trendiest man on the team. What have you got for us this week?
Thank you very much, Stephen.
No worries.
So because it's the World Cup, or the World Cup's around the corner, so I had to pick a World Cup song, as most of them, if not all of them, are trending tunes themselves.
Of course, yep.
But the one I picked actually got released 6 days ago ago, and it's from the biggest streamer, one of the biggest streamers on social media, iShowSpeed.
Oh, so 6 days from its release, so it's very hot off the press.
Oh yeah, 100%. And 4 years ago, Speed had made a World Cup song for fun, and that was at a time when he was new to watching football. But this year, Speed has made a more professional song about the World Cup, and his fans this week has pushed for FIFA to include the song into this year's FIFA World Cup, which I say was great success.
Great success.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah. And his interest in football has introduced his younger fans into the sport, and his latest song is trending, currently #1, has already gained 32 million views.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, without further ado, here is World Cup Champions by iShowSpeed. Now, Speed, why should we all get hyped for this World Cup this month?
Let's play football. This is the World Cup, put your hands up in the air. This is the World Cup, put your flags up in the air. This is the World Cup, everybody come and cheer. And stand up, you ain't got no fear. This is the World Cup, 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 this is the World Cup.
Oh, what an epic tune right there on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. And that right there was James's trending tune
of the week, which was...
It was the World Cup Champions by iShowSpeed.
Very nice,
Now,
Jamesy.
if you look up iShowSpeed's YouTube and click his new music video on YouTube, he lists down all the countries at the start of his music video that's competing, and it flows more naturally and more smoothly.
Yeah, and I gotta say, when FIFA came out with the original anthem of the World Cup, which was a song by I think Jelly Roll,
Yeah, lighter.
a lot of people were clowning on that release, and I
Yeah.
reckon
Yeah.
this one everyone's getting around because it just sounds like a World Cup song.
Yeah, it's definitely got FIFA vibes over it.
Definitely. So excellent choice, Jamesy. It's getting us hyped for the incredible games that are no doubt on their way this weekend. It's time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we are going to be hearing a very special saxophone solo of the week, which pays homage to a song that appeared on the soundtrack of the last World Cup. And now it's time for the saxophone solo of the week. Ex-World Cup Anthem Edition. Oh yeah, we're in the festive World Cup spirit on Coast FM 963's Roar and More. That right there was our saxophone solo of the week. Been a hot minute since we've heard that one.
Indeed.
Dutch DJ Baker Matt with Madan, which means king, which also fits in with the King's birthday theme, and it was also featured on the official Hype Up soundtrack for the last edition of the FIFA World Cup. So we used to listen to that one all the time, eh, Jamesy?
Yeah, back in the day.
What a great tune, and what a kick-ass saxophone solo, if you don't
Was
mind
very
me
tasty.
saying.
Was a very tasty tune, Baker, mate.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Baker Man, and thanks very much to Will Parkhouse from Uncut Gems, who's back with us because it's almost time for us to vacate the premises and bring him in to go mining for some uncut gems. What rocks are you going to be inspecting tonight, sir?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a mix of a lot of things. Very contemporary to start off with. And I'm going to be diving into a very, let's just say, a very instrumental, very sophisticated and very electronic genre.
Sounds like it's got some very suave vibes to it.
Yes, it's quite new, I should say.
Oh, I see. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Well, that's something to definitely look forward to. After that, obviously, Matt McCoy with Indie Rock Cafe is with you from 10 till 12 to finish you off for the evening. But we leave you, finishing off right now, with one more song about being a king, and maybe a king with a lion heart. A cheeky tune by one of my personal favourites is of Monsters and Men with King and Lionheart. See you next week.
See ya.
you then.
See you. Bye-bye. I'll be on next.
Oh, yeah.